Welcome in, this is Cats. Many of you may have watched my other video where I had gotten my disc over this barbed wire fence. Well, after I had that was over, I went and followed my friends. We had some other Fly Green team members out there playing in the afternoon, so I was like, hey, this is hole 9, let's catch up with them, see what they're doing. I had my action camera, and this is Charles. Right behind him we have Torchy, Joe Torch. And this is Phil Lovato, one of my good friends. I caught up with them. This is hole 9. Here's Charles for his birdie. Right up the hill. Very nice. Torch for his par. And Phil for his par. On to hole 10. Nice forehand. The bush is blocking the basket. I'm not zooming these shots because I did not shoot it in 4K. I shot it in 2K, so it does not look nice when it gets zoomed in on. I believe this is Phil's Pioneer. These guys are just jumping around. Happy I was there. I don't know why they're jumping around. Cut. Torch landed in this bush. Pretty hard to get a birdie from there. Phil for par. Charles for birdie. Charles' daughter drew that, and then we had someone dye the disc with that design. Our friends at Circus of Flight. Go check them out on Instagram if you need a disc dyed. I have a few of them myself. They are amazing. Much better than my dyes. There's Charles that landed right behind the basket. And Torch as well, right behind Charles. This is hole 11, 285 feet. And then the other guy that they were playing with steps up and skips off the ground into the cage.
Holy cow. Wow. Good time recording.
I wasn't recording most of his shots because I was just here for the Fly Green teammates. Phil put it in for birdie. Torchy. And Charles. This is a very good star frame to have. Hole 13 has the barbed wire on the right hand side. This is actually where I had fished out my disc. And Charles walks up with a cicada and parks it right behind the basket. This is an air ballista from Phil. It's a 160 gram, and he was throwing it really far and straight. I kept telling him, throw that thing more often. Great putt. Great putt, buddy. That was circle 2. Joe hits cage. And here's that cicada. This is like a 380-foot hole. On hole 14. Just on the other side of those scrub oak. Phil pushes through.
So close. Would be nice, huh?
He got a nice Anheuser putt. Came close. There was Joe. And everyone should be putting in for par here. Alright, on to the next one, up the hill. This is the basket that's in between the trees, about 300 feet away. This one was a little harder to film because there was the barbed wire fence right behind the tee pad. He didn't have a shot, so just lay up. Charles went for it, had that backstop with a tree. Torch didn't even have a shot either. So everyone gets par as well for this hole. So this is a cool tree. Love this feature with this hole. Makes it tough. Right downhill, about 200 feet. OB is right behind the basket, about 20 feet behind, so you gotta be careful. Phil was throwing a halo pig here. Oink oink for the pig farmers. And Torch threw a R2 Envy, which was my play as well. He landed over where I landed over. Here's where the pig landed. Nice try. Charles in for the birdie. And Phil in for the par, as well as Torch. Alright, another blind shot. This is up in the scrub oak. Hole 16. About 250 feet. It'll make sense once we're up there. The right-hand, backhand spike hyzer is actually the local route to go. And this is a zone OS from Torch. there's that scrub oak, and these guys are buried in it, so they had to just chip out and get their pars. Level 17, another downhill. Phil actually aced this one last year. Not so much this year.
Ugly little piggy.
With his pig. And there's that Zone OS again. Phil almost made it from the left side. Torch with that zone made it to the right side. Also a good try. A little awkward here for Charles behind the bush. Somehow he went inside from the bush. If only he could have made one of these putts. Two of these putts, he would have been in first place, but I think he was actually tied for second at this point. This is hole 18. It's about 420 feet. A little bit of a marsh to the right that you got to deal with, and the scrub oak they got to get over.
We actually saw someone sink it from the hill over there earlier.
Phil's approach shot with the pig.
Just sat right on the basket.
Right under it. Good approach.
Perfect piggy range.
Perfect piggy range. There's that marsh I told you about you got to deal with. That was for Joe's par. Fortunately, he's going to wind up with a bogey. But Charles in for par. And Phil in for par. Alright, I want to thank you for watching. This has been Arctic Cats following the guys here at the Rhyolite Disc Golf course for the 2024 Fly Green Flex Series. I will catch you in the next one.